Hey guys, what's up? It's Fern. Thank you so much for joining me for another planty video. So today I thought that I would show off all of my silver plants. I wanted to make like a whole dedicated video just admiring my silvery toned foliage friends. If you know me, then you know that that's like one of my favorite traits in a plant. Ollie, come here. She keeps shaking her head and I can hear her collar in the background. Okay, yeah, so I absolutely adore silver/blue plants. So I do have quite a few in my collection. So that's what we're gonna do today. We are just going to check them all out. So let's just hop right into it. The first one is actually hanging behind me here. It is my cebu blue. So I will take her down. She's hanging on my bed now. Okay, so yes, this plant did used to live in my living room under a grow light. However, I just like wasn't super happy with the way it was growing, so I decided to move it here into my bedroom, getting a little bit less light, but it's natural light, so I don't know, we'll see how it goes. But yeah, it hasn't been giving me like the best growth. You can see there's some like empty vine there, and the leaves are just a little bit small. I used to have a different trailing cebu blue, and it was just like a lot more lush, I guess, and like healthier looking. But this one just like, it hasn't been struggling, but it just hasn't been looking as good as I know it can look. And I know the smaller leaves might be due to just growing it as a trailing plant. These love to climb, and you can get some pretty large, pretty massive leaves actually with like fenestrations and everything. I love when people have like mature climbing versions of this, but for me, I just have so many climbing plants right now. I would love to try this climbing one day, and I've had a climbing one, and it was awesome. And I would love to do that again, but right now I just have so many climbing plants that I just need this one to be trailing for a while, okay? So yeah, I did in the fall add a bunch more cuttings and like a vine. I planted a separate vine in there and like wrapped it around underneath the soil, so I'm hoping that I'm gonna get leaves from different growth points in here, and I do already have some babies coming up and some growth points happening as well, so that is exciting. I'm hoping to grow this into a more lush plant. I mean, it doesn't look bad. Like looking at it on the screen, like it looks pretty good, and just like the color is so beautiful. I love this plant so much. This is one that I will always have in my collection in some way, shape, or form, because yeah, first of all, I love pothos or Epipremnum, and I love silvery or blue plants. So yeah, cebu blue, absolutely gorgeous. Can't wait for this to become just a larger, more full trailing plant. Okay, next I am going to talk about my Scindapsus, what are you? Pictus exotica, which I love so much, but you guys, it does not love me, and I don't know what I can do for this plant. I've changed its conditions. I've put it under my grow light now. It's trying to grow, like it has a growth point there that has been coming up for literally like 2 months, but it's just not doing anything. Like I'm waiting for a leaf or something to come out of there, but no, it's literally so slow. I don't know what is happening on the end there. Something is happening, I'm not really sure, but like at a snail's pace. Something about me and Scindapsus, like they just never really grow that well for me. Let me know if you have the same problem, but it's definitely a genus that I've noticed just like, I don't know, it just never seems to be like really vibing. But regardless, I'm hanging on, and I just keep trying with this one because I love them so much. When people have large hanging baskets of this, like super full, and oh my goodness, I love it so much. And I feel like a lot of people have that, and I'm just like, dang, like why can't I have that? I mean, I guess I could buy one already like that, but I already have this, so I'm just like trying to grow it out, you know what I mean? But yeah, very slow. Beautiful though, very pretty plant. Love the like large leaves and the pattern on the exotica. Very pretty. Also the shape, they kind of have more of like a swirl shape, you know what I mean? This one is like yellowing a bit, but it's still hanging on, so I don't know. Anyways, send her well wishes, please. And maybe with the spring and summer, like, you know, something will change in the air and she'll start growing. We shall see. Okay, next we have another Scindapsus, and this one is not even supposed to be silver, but it is growing these incredibly beautiful silver leaves. Do you see that? It's literally so pretty. Yeah, stunning. It's hard to even be mad at, but I am a little bit salty, just because this is supposed to be a jade satin Scindapsus, but for some reason it's reverting, and I've been meaning to chop this off. My plan is to chop this off and then to move this plant to lower light, because I got a lot of comments and that seemed to be like the most common thing that people were suggesting me to do. So I do plan to do that. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. So I probably will be doing that, but I'm wondering if when I chop this and propagate these ones, if it will continue growing silver. It's like very, very, very pretty. Yeah, this is almost like looking like my Scindapsus Silver Hero, which go for a lot of money, or like Silver Cloud vibes, just with a little bit more like green here. Anyways, very beautiful. Not supposed to be a silver plant, but it's currently a silver plant, so I had to include it in this video. I do also have a Scindapsus Silver Hero, which is so pretty. However, it's in my perlite prop box right now, and I found thrips in there, you guys. Yes, I know, horrible, awful. Thought the thrips were done and gone, but they've been brewing in there, I guess. So I'm not gonna take it out, but I will insert a photo of it. So pretty. One of the prettiest Scindapsus ever. Okay, next I'm going to show you one of my all-time favorite plants. I'm sure a lot of you guys can already guess. It is my Scindapsus, no. Philodendron Silver Sword, and all I have left of this one is cuttings. Why do I feel like all the plants I'm showing in this video are like not doing that well? I'm like, wow, I love silver plants so much. Look at all of my like half-dead silver plants. No, but this is my Philodendron Silver Sword, and this is a plant that I had to entirely chop up because of thrips, so I'm left with just like cuttings. However, these cuttings will not root for me. I'm sure that you've heard me say this before. I've been saying it for like 2 months now. They just will not root for me, so I took your advice. People were commenting to put in those cuttings with them because they're gonna like emit a rooting hormone. I don't know if that's a myth or a fact. I'm not sure. I haven't looked into it, but I just figured it couldn't hurt, so I threw them in. It's only been like 5 days or something though, so there's no action yet, but oh my gosh, wait, I think something's happening. I don't think that you're gonna be able to see on camera. No, there's no way, but wait, is it there? Let me see where it is. Yeah, it's like right here. See these ones? They're white at the tip. So I think they're gonna start pushing out roots. That's like they're just starting to push out. Oh my gosh, this is the first time I am noticing that. It's just on that one cutting, I think. Oh, something's happening, you guys. Something is happening. She lives on. Oh my goodness. Okay, that's really great. This is a plant, if you have been following my channel for a while, you would know Philodendron Silver Sword is one of my all-time favorite plants. I used to have a massive one, sold it when I moved, deeply miss that plant. It was probably like my favorite, one of my top favorites in my collection, and yeah, I miss it very dearly. I'm honestly tempted all the time to just like buy a large mature one from a store because they're everywhere here, but I'm just like too stubborn to, you know what I mean? I'm like, I have this, I'm gonna grow it out to a big plant, even though it's probably gonna take me like, I don't know, 2 or 3 years before we get to that point. Maybe once this roots it will go quicker, but so far we are going at a very slow pace here, so yeah. But anyways, regardless, extremely beautiful plant. Philodendron Silver Sword has like some of the prettiest toned, colored, like everything foliage that I've ever seen. So yeah, I love it very, very much, and I have a lot of patience for this plant just because I appreciate it so much. Okay, so thankfully the next one I have to show you actually is doing well, and I'm super excited to show you this because it's just putting out some new leaves, and I don't think I've really shown it on here since it's done that. So this is my Amydrium medium silver. Now this plant I haven't had for super long, at least since the fall. I do have it up on a pole, as you can see, which it really loves. This is a plant that's going to put out a lot of runners if it doesn't have something to climb and if it doesn't have high light. So yeah, that's the conditions that I provide for it. But oh my goodness, it is so pretty. The foliage on this plant is truly like so unique. Look at that. The texture and the color. Oh my gosh, this is like freshly unfurled, you guys. Look at that, it is so beautiful. And then there's another one coming out the top here. Oh my gosh, It is so cute. I can't wait to see that one unfurl as well. As you can see, she's really like climbing onto here. I don't really see people talk about these that much anymore. Like, I don't know why. I feel like they kind of had a moment like a year or so ago, maybe longer than that ago. But I don't really see a lot of people like have these, or if they do, I don't really see them like posted or talked about a lot. So far this has been really easy care. Like I said, just wants to climb, wants highlight. I think it's just so stunning. It's brought me a lot of joy. Like whenever it puts out a new leaf, it's very exciting. I love this plant a lot. So yeah. Since I just got this plant in the fall, like I said, it's pretty new to me, so I feel like I haven't really talked about it a lot on my channel. But now that I've just been growing it out for a while and I've kind of learned what it needs and what it likes, I feel like I will be talking about it more. And I also have like quite a few propagating, so I'll be able to add back into this and create a fuller plant, and then we will need to extend the moss pole soon as well. It's literally so close to the top. Leave me a comment if you are into Amydrium, because yeah, like I said, I don't feel like people talk about them a lot, and I just love it so much. It's been such a joy. So yeah, Amydrium medium silver. Okay, so next I have a pretty common one when it comes to what you think of regarding silver plants, and it is my String of Hearts Silver Glory edition, who is very beautiful. This is pretty thirsty right now, so it's a little bit wrinkled. I usually don't let it get this thirsty, but today is watering day, so I have a lot of watering to do after I'm done filming this video. But I will show you a close-up of what her foliage looks like. This plant is so pretty. I've mentioned before that I used to think that Silver Glory like wasn't a real thing, that it was just a regular String of Hearts grown under different conditions or something like that. But ever since owning this one, I can definitely say that this is a lot different than my regular String of Hearts, and it's just so pretty. Love the shape of the leaves, how silver they are, how purple the backs are. Like it's just a very pretty trailing plant, especially if you're into the like string ofs. Like look at how cute she is, just hanging there. So cute. I recently potted. Oh my gosh, she has a bloom. You're blooming. Oh, I'll show you guys. I'll probably cut it off because that's what I do usually, so that the plant can put more energy into the foliage. But oh my gosh, that bloom where all those like tiny little leaves are. I was just saying that I recently potted a few cuttings into here. I went on like a big String of Heart propagation thing. I'll link the video if you want to watch it. But yeah, so she is just like kind of getting these cuttings established. I can see some growth is starting on the ends of them right there. So very exciting. She hangs in a south-facing window, so I'm sure she's gonna have a great summer. And then this one wasn't even on my list, but when I grabbed the Silver Glory, I saw this and I was like, wait, this plant is quite silver, so maybe I should mention it quickly on this video. These plants, you guys, literally have the spider webbing from my Halloween decorations like still on them. It was so hard to get off. Will not be using that again this year. But anyways, this is my string of spades, and this is what it looks like. The leaves, just wait. Okay, there we go. So as you can see, it does have quite a silver pattern on it. It's very pretty. I love is that variegation? I don't really know. Pattern, I guess. Anyways, I love how silver they can get. It's very cute. I'm noticing that some of them aren't as silver, so it's probably, you know, something that's gonna happen under a higher lighting condition. This does get quite a lot of light. And I also propagated this in that string of propagation video, so it's also kind of getting more established and has some new growth happening. So yeah, very cute. I actually saw these at the store the other day in like massive hanging baskets, and the leaves were freaking huge, and it just made me so excited to grow this out. So I'm just gonna keep on trucking, growing out my little baby plant. And then I have another philodendron to show you. This one is just a little baby, but I had to show it because it does have quite like beautiful silvery bluey foliage. You can see the like coloring better on the mature larger versions, but this is just a baby. This is my philodendron Marx Fantasy, and I love this plant so much. This is a new leaf that came out probably like a month ago. This is what it looks like. It has like a kind of cool pattern as well. These plants are so gorgeous. They love to climb. They get honestly like pretty massive leaves. And yeah, they do tend to lean to that like bluey silvery kind of tone, and they're also like quite sparkly. They have a sheen to them. It's a very beautiful plant if you can get your hand on one of these. Yeah, so mine was just like a cutting from when I moved, and it's just kind of getting established and growing. So this is all I have to show for this plant right now, but yeah, very beautiful plant. Okay, so next, this is another one of my newer plants. This is my Philodendron SP Silver, which I just got in January, so I've only had it for a couple of months now, but it is absolutely beautiful. Like, look at the coloring and the texture and like the finish. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this plant, honestly, I was shocked when I unboxed it just because it's so beautiful, and I don't have anything like this in my collection. Like, I feel like it's just so unique. So yeah, it's done really well since I received it. I don't think I've lost any leaves. It has not given me a new leaf yet, so I'm still patiently waiting for that. I think I'm gonna have to repot this, like once it gets a little bit more established, into like a long pot, because I'm pretty sure that these are crawlers, so maybe that's why it doesn't want to grow for me yet. I don't know. But yeah, it does have like aerial, or like, I don't know if those are supposed to be like crawling roots that want to go in the soil. I don't really get crawlers, honestly, but if it wants to crawl, it can crawl with me, because look at how beautiful. This is a leaf that just was unfurling in shipping. It was in the box, so it came out just like a little bit damaged, but honestly it was not nearly as bad as I was expecting. Super happy with this plant, also known as the Philodendron SP Columbia, I believe. So yeah, if you see these for a reasonable price, you guys, pretty cool plant. Just saying. I can't wait to like get more experience growing it in my care and get some larger leaves, and then I can give you guys an update on how it's doing. But so far, so good. Lives in my IKEA greenhouse cabinet too, by the way. Okay, next I have a Hoya to show you. And this is my Hoya krohniana silver, and this is just like, yeah, the silver splashy one, I guess. This is what like the base of the plant looks like, and it's progressively been getting a little bit more silver, I think, in my opinion. Like, look at how silvery, oh my gosh, look at how silvery these leaves came out. That is so pretty. I just want these to be as silver as possible. Like, the more silver, the better. This plant is growing like a beast lately, actually. It's been putting out a lot. You can see there's new leaves coming in there, putting out a lot of new growth, which makes me very happy. Also at the top, you can see, oh my goodness, it's putting out a whole new vine there. How exciting. So cute. Eventually I would probably pot this into a hanging basket, but for now it's just in this terracotta and it lives in my greenhouse cabinet. So yeah, living its best life, honestly, and it's very cute. I like it a lot. I actually wasn't the biggest fan when I first received this. I mean, I thought it was cute, but I was just kind of like, it's nice, you know, but now that it's actually growing, I'm like, oh my gosh, like, she is cute, and I'm really excited for it to bloom. Hasn't bloomed for me yet, but my fingers are crossed that it will eventually. And then next we have just another little baby cutie right here. This is my Philodendron brandtianum. If my camera will focus, there we go. So I got this as a cutting in the fall via a trade from a plant friend, and yeah, I rooted it up and it's given me a couple of leaves. Very, very cute. This is a plant that I used to knock, but now I like it and I'm excited to grow it and just like see, well, first of all, to see the leaves get a little bigger, because they are like very tiny, as you can see right now. I know that these leaves don't get like big, but they get bigger than this, that's for sure. It's putting out a new leaf and it looks like a little weird, so I'm kind of worried about that. Can you see it? It's like curled, kind of. I'm a little worried, I don't know. And I feel like this pot just like, the soil stays kind of moist. Like, this isn't my chunky potting mix, but I think maybe this was like a little bit too big of a vessel for how like rooted this little cutting was. I don't know. I'm just like crossing. We'll see what happens once this leaf comes out, and then maybe I'll adjust something, like put her in a smaller pot. Yeah, Philodendron brandy. Okay, now I'm going to talk about my Monstera dubia because that is another like silver variegated plant. They do lose their silver variegation as they mature, which I do think some plants do that, which is interesting. But regardless, I'm just going to be putting a picture of it. I'll move over. I'll just put a picture of it on the screen because this is a plant that I can't really move because it's on a moss plank. However, I do think I'm going to be taking this off of the plank soon, you guys, because I'm just not happy with how it's growing. The moss plank is just way too unsteady. It's super hard to keep moist and it's just like not convenient. So I think that I actually am going to grow my Monstera dubia on my plank instead because the plank is empty now that the silver sword is not on there anymore. So I think I'm going to do that instead because I know that a shingler is probably going to do well on there. So yeah, love Monstera dubia. It's such a fast growing plant, propagates really easy. It's honestly like such a joy to grow, and it makes me want to try out more shinglers, but for now I've got my hands full with that one. So yeah, it's gorgeous. As you can see, it's even putting out a new little baby vine near the bottom. Yeah, always working on a new leaf, honestly. Such a great plant. I think I just need to give it like a better climbing situation. Okay, so the last plants I'm going to show you, I recently posted in an unboxing video, so I'm just going to keep it really short and sweet. You can see them closer up in that video if you would like. So the first one is my silver dollar vine, which is this little like succulent cutie here. So I literally just got these. I don't have anything to say regarding the care or my experience with them at all. I'm basically just going to be showing you. But yeah, it definitely has this like more silvery, my goodness, I'm losing my voice. There's more silvery toned foliage. If my camera will focus, y'all just have to bear with me until I get my main camera back. There we go. It's so pretty. I've actually had a lot of people comment on how much they like this or that they have one and they love growing it as well, so very excited to grow that one. And then last but not least is this cutie here. Now this is like very blue. I don't know how blue it's going to show up on camera, but in person, you guys, this is a very blue toned cactus. Look at how pretty. So this is the blue, is it called the blue flame, blue torch cactus, I think. But yeah, it's basically just like a very silvery blue toned cactus, and I think it's freaking beautiful. I've seen a lot of like really large ones in stores and I've never grabbed one, so this is honestly perfect for me in my little space right now just to have this little guy. I love it so freaking much. So yeah, I can link that unboxing too if you guys want to see. I got some really cool plants in that video actually. Alright, so I think that's it. I hope I didn't miss anybody. I probably did, but yeah, the only one that I can really think of that I didn't mention is I do have a little cutting of Philodendron majestic, which can have some of the silver variegation on it as well, but I will show you guys that once it turns into an actual plant. Thank you so much for watching. Leave me a comment down below. I would love to chat with you. I don't know if you could tell through this video, but the sun has been coming out like more and more as I've been filming, so I can't wait to open my blinds back up and just bask a little bit. I hope that there is sunshine wherever you guys are. Thank you so much for watching as always. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!